You are watching an ICD-10 instruction video using the ICanDo10 Rheumatology tool. In rheumatology, there are over 7,000 applicable diagnostic codes. In addition, there are 3,000 non-rheumatology codes that rheumatologists use, as well as mandatory, also non-rheumatology codes. An ICD-10 rheumatology code is broken down to its identity, which involves location and laterality, specificity, such as rheumatoid factor positive or negative, tophaceous or non-tophaceous gout, as well as new coding rules, such as exclusions or using the X as a spacer. Here is an example of a rheumatoid arthritis code, M05.132, where 5 represents rheumatoid factor positive, 1 is the organ system or lung, 3 is the location or wrist, and 2 is the laterality or left. Putting the code together, it describes rheumatoid arthritis, interstitial lung disease with left wrist flare. ICD-10 coding books are accurate, comprehensive, but can be quite onerous and difficult to use in the office. Same thing with apps. What we really need is a form that has 90% of rheumatologic diagnostic choices, putting it all on one page where we can easily select multiple diagnoses, as well as being compatible with those physicians that are non-EHR users. What we need is an ICanDo10 rheumatology cheat sheet. The ICanDo10 rheumatology cheat sheet looks something like this. Note the key in the center, which is used to fill in variables as you build the code. It is alphabetical, organized into disease categories, has mandatory coding boxes as reminders, as well as common rheumatologic drugs that can cause adverse effects. The coding rules are also implemented to help guide the physician to the appropriate way to code. Here's an example of a coding case. Case number 1 is pain in the left hip. We would first go to the pain section, find the code, and stop at a variable. In this case, it's the green J. The J takes us to the centered key, where we circle or note the number for the corresponding location, in this case 5 for hip. The code continues to be built, where right left is red, takes us to the key, where we circle the number that corresponds to the location, in this case left hip. That builds the code M25.552. Let's take another example where you don't need to use the key, but has variables built in. Elevated sed rate would take us to the section of abnormal labs. We'd find either elevated sed rate or CRP. We'd circle the corresponding number and thus build the code R79.89. The second side of an ICanDo10 coding sheet is comorbidities, where they have quick reference to coding. The second side has ICanDo10 comorbidities, where it lists, for quick reference, multiple diagnosis of comorbidities, including reminders of coding rules. ICanDo10 is accurate, comprehensive, rapid, fun. Yes, you can.